was just about to give up on making this video, and my roommate talked sense into my head because I've been making this video. So, if you are a 16 to 18-year-old, you should watch this video up until the end because in this video, I want to share 7 lessons with you that I've learned over the past few years, some over the past few months that I feel like will really benefit your life in a good way because I'm your elder. And when your elder is speaking, you take out a book, you take out a pen, you write notes, and you listen. So, without any further ado, let me start sharing the 7 lessons. The first lesson is to always work out. Working out doesn't just keep us healthy, but it also teaches us a long term gratification mindset, which is that, which is basically patience. In simple terms, that is patience. Because if you work out today, you won't wake up tomorrow with your desired body. Obviously, maybe you'll get your desired body 5 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, as long as you constantly work out. So it's more like it teaches us discipline in a way. It indirectly or maybe directly teaches us discipline, and at the same time, it teaches us patience, which is waiting while still putting in the work, but just being patient enough to see the results in the long term. Second lesson is less friends, that is equal to peace. Less friends will bring peace into your life because, trust me, you don't want many friends. Many friends, because some of us can't even choose friends. We choose fucked up people as friends. So if you have less friends, less fucked up people in your life, then that might bring you peace because it'll be easy to cut off less friends than it'll be easy to cut off many friends. And cutting off many friends whereby you were a group feels like betrayal at some point. It feels like you just betrayed your whole gang. But if you have friends, just few amount of friends, it's easy to point out the reason to this single person that you just want to cut off your life on why I am just cutting ties with you, why I want to part ways with you. I don't know if that is a good way to put it, but one thing you should take out of this lesson is that if you have less friends, you'll have a peaceful life. Maybe I don't have evidence to back that up, but I'm the evidence. I've experienced that myself. I've had a season in my life where I had many friends, and comparing it to now that I have few friends, it's very much peaceful now. So I would also recommend that to a lot of you out there watching this video, that you keep less friends into your life because that will bring you peace. Let me try zooming the camera in because I think I'm the main character anyway, so I might as well do that. The next lesson is be open-minded. Like, don't be a retard, man. Be open-minded. Take life as lessons to learn every day. Every day, even on basic, even when you're having, okay, even when you're having basic conversations with your friends. Sometimes, if you are open minded, you might learn a lesson or two by just having that conversation. But if you just close your mind up and you just take life as it is and don't care and don't give a shit, obviously you wouldn't learn anything from anything. So be open minded, take life as day by day lessons, daily lessons. And one of the best tips I have for you is to have something like a book. For example, I have this book, Wake Up to the Word, by Joyce Meyer. So it has 365 devotions to inspire you each day. And everything here is quoted, or it's sometimes scriptures from the Bible, and they'll explain it to me, and I just read a scripture for the day and I pray. I'm open-minded. I'm learning. I'm not just doing it for the hang of doing it and calling myself productive, but I'm trying to get my relationship closer with God. So get you something like that, for example, and be open-minded. The next lesson is learn how to look after yourself. I can't also stress this enough. Like, really learn how to look after yourself. It'll really, really help you in the long run, because if you're just a person who can't take care of themselves and how they look, how they present themselves, and for example, hygienic things, like, you know, just really learn how to look after yourself. Always be neat and always be clean. And just put a smile every day, man. Put a smile, because you don't want people to look at you as that person who's not approachable. You want people to look at you as a person who's approachable, because even though I said you must have less friends, that doesn't mean just be a bitch, Take life as daily lessons to learn. Always put a smile and always be nice to people, that you'll get from looking after yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you'll always be shy. You won't have any confidence because you feel like my breath stinks, and my clothes are stinky and everything like that, and you don't want that. So learn how to look after yourself. I'm really trying new angles, guys, so don't panic. Just listen, don't mind angles and everything. Yeah. So the next lesson is learn a skill and monetize it. So I've also learned a skill, which is making videos, editing, like filming, editing, scripting, planning a video. And I somehow found a way to monetize that skill, by making other people's videos. For example, a customer client, sorry, like bad term, customer, no, a client. Let me have some water.
Bruh.
So a client will pay me, for example, 5 videos, and they don't know the ideas I have for those videos. So I'm the one who's responsible for scripting those ideas, everything, planning, and making a video out of those ideas and editing all that process. I'm doing it and I get paid to do that. So I also encourage you at that age, learn something, learn a skill, because if you learn it, no one can take it away from you. And if you learn that skill, the best way to use that skill is to monetize that skill, which is providing value for other people and getting paid for the amount of value that you provide. Also, keep that in mind. You get paid according to the amount of value that you provide to the next person. If you don't provide any valuable service, you you get paid peanuts. But if you provide a valuable service, like for example making videos for people, a lot of entrepreneurs out there really want videos to be made for them, and they just don't reach out. Sometimes you're the one to just reach out, man. Trust me, if you do that long enough and you do that hard enough, because sometimes you just have to go out of your comfort zone. For example, I had to post videos on TikTok, which I don't usually post videos on TikTok, but I had to because I wanted that video to be on TikTok, because I know that's where my market is. So that's how I got my client and my next one. So yeah, do that. Learn a skill, monetize it, and sometimes get out of your comfort zone to market yourself, because man, I don't know. It's just the basics. Like, do that and trust me, you'll never go wrong. You guys are just not serious. You're really watching me from a bookshelf. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll let you stay there. So the next lesson is have a routine and stick to it. I look down on my notes, guys, so don't mind me. I forget sometimes, so I have to keep down some notes so that I look there when I forget. So have a routine and stick to it. It's also very important to learn just having a routine. For example, I know I'm not perfect. I'm not the person actually to be telling you that, because I very much break my own routines, and sometimes I find a way to get back. And then, I'm not perfect, but at least I know that, and I want to share that with you. And maybe some of you out there are already doing better than me. So if you're doing better than me, props to you. Keep it up. But if you don't have any routine and you just feel like every day is already unplanned and you just don't have anything you want to achieve for the day, like, get your life back together, man. Have a goal each day. A goal is not something very, very, very far to reach. Goals can be measurable, like it's different goals. Like goals are very different. For example, let's say today, my goal, like literally my goal was to make this video. Right now, I right now the time is 4 minutes to 2, and when I started this video, it was around 8 a.m. I started recording the video and then I got tired because it was always doing some things on the camera. I don't know what it was doing, but yeah, I got tired. So I went out, Then I came back. Now I was procrastinating to do the video and I was like, you know what? I haven't achieved my goal. So the best way to achieve my goal is to just achieve my goal. Get started. And I got started and I'm like, you know what? I might as well finish the video and edit it today. So yeah, I'm going to do that. That is my sixth lesson. Have a routine and stick to it. Like, it's very important, guys. I actually didn't think my bed looked that bad, but it's fine. No pun intended. I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but it's alright. So, the last but not least lesson is learn to say no. If what you have to do now is more important than what they're asking you to do, then you must say no and do whatever you had to do. That is more important. You know, it's actually not that hard. Like I've learned that it's not that hard. Okay, guys, so I guess now I'm closing it because that was basically the last lesson I wanted to tell you about. So, yeah, catch you next time. Maybe not.